You're watching TV Hamilton, Cable 14.
If you're flipping through channels right now, stop right there, because this is the most exciting show you're going to see on TV tonight. This is a show about your future, computers and technology, and how we're going to use it throughout the years. Welcome back, Ruth Ann.
Welcome back, Mark. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Hope you had a good summer.
For sure. This is our first show for this season. Well, we've got some exciting news for everybody this year.
Yeah, we do. It's really great.
We've got a lot of exciting things happening this year, and this is our first show. We've actually been moved from Wednesday nights to Friday nights. So anybody that hasn't seen us on a Friday night, they haven't, because tonight's the first night that we're on a Friday night. Actually, we got prime time, Friday night at 8 o'clock. So this is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on every week from now till the end of the year, the end of the season.
At 8 o'clock, 8 till 9 every Friday. It's really good.
Yeah,
we have some of our good programs, that segments that we had last year. Dr. Computer has come back, and we've got our interviews going to the Toronto computer shows, going back this year, plus we still have a few from last year.
Yeah, the Toronto Computer Show was on November 12th.
Yeah.
12th, 13th, and 14th, I believe, this year. And we will be able to get some more exciting interviews and find out what's happening as it comes up. Now, we've got a lot of exciting new things to introduce this year. One is Kids Corner.
Yeah, that's going to be really great. We're starting with the young children and working our way up to the adults, if you want to call them. We're going into we want to go right into the high schools and the public schools and have the kids here showing us what it is that they are creating themselves and what it is that they've learned. We've
also got an interesting new thing called the Trading Post.
Oh.
This is where we have everybody from Hamilton that would like to sell something, used equipment or whatever, say they're upgrading to a new system or something along that line. You should write in, and we're going to have the address and the postal code and all that neat stuff after, at the end in the credits. So get your pen and pencil ready if you want to sell your old Commodore 64 or your old XT and upgrade up to a new one.
Yeah, anything.
That's going to be called the Trading Post.
Yep, it's going to be really good.
So we've got an exciting season ahead of us here. Technology has really changed a lot over the course of the last 15 years.
A little bit.
And that has really proven itself. If anybody picked up Byte magazine, anybody that isn't familiar or is just getting involved with computers should pick up a copy of the latest Byte magazine. The latest Byte magazine had the last 15-year history on what how the computer has evolved for the last 15 years. That was pretty exciting. You got a chance to look at that too.
Yes, I did. It was good. Very informative.
Yeah, we've come from the regular discs or the regular tapes that people used to have to lug around.
The big ones.
Right. I know my mom, who weaned me on computers when I was a wee youngster, she used to have to carry around those big disc packages, you know, and problems with lifting and all that stuff. And now it's all on one little tiny disc. It's really amazing.
Yep.
And it's evolved in the last 15 years. It's really come a long way. However, we're still in a very infant type situation because only 17% of our population has computers. So 17%, that's it.
Well, it's going to change very rapidly. Within the next 2 years, you're going to see quite an amount of people, especially with the children and things. Notice the article in the paper the other day, I meant to bring it too, about what is the symbol on the products? What's that called?
Trademark?
No, the symbol on the products when you buy them from the stores. Great way to get computers for your children in their schools is you keep the symbol and you send it away somewhere here in Hamilton. I'll have all the information next week on it. I forgot to bring it this evening. And it's going to, each symbol that you send in is going to help your school, is supporting to help your school purchase a computer for the school. It's great. If the government can't do it, hey, we have to do it ourselves, right?
Well, you know, the government has only got so much money in
Let's go back.
education.
Anyway.
Okay, let's not get controversial the first show here.
No.
We have to be on air for the next 40 shows, and we want people to like it.
No, it's just important. If they've got money to give away to all these other countries, I think our children in our country is very important to take care of. Very.
You're absolutely right.
Yes, very.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't let that happen again.
Okay. The trading post is really going to be pretty interesting, though, because we've had calls here at the show and that people do have products, and sometimes it's difficult to find other people that want or are in need of them at that time. So if once we start airing it, and that'll be really good because people will be able to see what it exactly is out here for them, and they'll be able to call in and be able to do their bartering and such from these people. It'll be good.
Yeah, actually, you know what? A neat thing we could do too is take a picture of whatever the product is. If the people can send in a picture of whatever it is, then we might be able to put that on air too.
Yeah.
And that way people get to see exactly what product it is. You know, for people that are just starting off and, you know, are on a budget and stuff and, you know, have to...
Well, you start out with the Commodores for the children, and then they outgrow that, and you have to get the next level and so on and so forth, or they go into the graphic computers, everything. So there's quite an expanse out there.
Oh, and it's very expensive too. If you're starting off on a computer system, you know, a basic system will generally run about $1,000.
Yeah.
And then it goes up from there.
But what you have to look at too is it was 7-8 years ago it used to cost $7,000 for the same thing. So $1,000 these days is not much, not at all, not for what you're going to get out of it and what you're going to educate yourself with when you start learning it.
This is true.
Yeah.
All the education, I mean $1,000. Diversify that over the next 50 years, comes out to about 20 cents a year.
That's if you keep the same one for 50 years.
Do you think there's a chance of them changing in that time?
Oh.
We've got a lot of excellent products coming up in the new year, and these will be announced at Comdex, which is in Las Vegas in November. And I hear tale that we'll be there to get all the information there.
Yeah, I was invited.
Bring it all back to Hamilton. Okay, let's now show you a little bit of the technology that's going on in the industry. This is television technology and how we're going to be viewing computers in the future and today. So off to Electrohome for an interview with the Electrohome people. I'd like to introduce you to Randy Pagnon with Electrohome. Randy's going to explain how we get large screen television from the computer system. Randy?
What we're doing here today, Mark, is we're showing not only the monitor line of Electrohome monitors, but also large screen display solutions. We're showing our full line of Electrohome projection products. What's involved today is not only just to show the video on large screen projectors, but also to show virtually any computer system. What we're showing here today is a PS2. We're also showing some VGA, and we're showing a Silicon Graphics Iris workstation running at 64 kilohertz. The market's evolved today now to the point that we can show virtually any computer signal, be it MAC2, EGA, VGA, up on the large screen, and we can control the projector totally through our infrared remote control.
Excellent. How do you think this will impact the computer industry?
Well, quite substantially, actually. What's happening now is that everybody's using it from a training standpoint. The typical applications are boardrooms, training, obviously, status display, control rooms, and such. Applied Electronics, our dealer here in Toronto, has projectors across virtually all of those fields. People such as Apple, IBM, DEC are all utilizing them in their training rooms now today.
Do you feel that someday that this will become a very widely used form of media transfer?
Actually, what's happening now is that the cost of the projection systems is coming down somewhat, but the performance is going up quite a bit. Whereas 3-4 years ago, the people that were buying them were the big names like IBM or DEC and people such like that. Now we're finding people coming by the show are smaller companies, 10, 12 employees, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 sales that want to do large screen presentations. So if you're looking for true color, VariScan, it is still the only game in town versus some of the other technologies.
Thanks very much, Randy.
Thank you very much, Mark. Have a good show.
Thank you. That's pretty exciting stuff coming from Electrohome, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine someday they've actually invented an LCD screen that goes on your walls, and you can change the scenery
Yes.
every day if you want.
Yes.
So you could have a forest or whatever the case may be. You know, put a
Snowfalls,
picture into your
mountains.
computer, and you can have the.
Yeah. Something similar to buying the programs that you can have for your computer if you want to have fish tank, for instance.
An aquarium.
Yes.
Right, and don't want to clean up the mess.
That's right.
Got it.
That's interesting, though. That's a gas plasma?
Yeah. No.
Is it like
LCD.
a gas plasma? Okay.
Liquid crystal.
But when you put your finger on it, it makes like on the laptops.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I think we're going to open up the phone lines. Anybody who is used to seeing our show, last year we began with a 20-minute segment on education, teaching about a certain program or a certain product or what have you.
We're going to be doing that again.
Yep. So that's going to be
Definitely.
starting next Friday.
Yeah.
And this week we're just going to kind of go over an introduction to what the show is going to be about. So anybody, I think Rick's got the phone number up on the screen now. So anybody, feel free to give us a call. I know it's Friday night and stuff, so we'll see what kind of response we get on Friday nights as opposed to Wednesday nights.
Oh, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's people there and people not there.
Yeah. So anybody out there who's got a computer or has a question or is thinking about buying a computer or has a problem or would like to see something else on the show, or give us a call and we'll be happy to answer your question.
Yeah, it'd be interesting too to hear from some people that have created their own programs.
See what kind of
such.
programs
Yeah.
that have
Yeah.
been created.
Yeah.
Plus, for the parents, too. Any of your children, if you find that they're game-o-maniacs or, you know, sit on the computer and develop different programs, write into us because on Kids Corner, we are going to have a different child every week showing us a new program, a game or a new program. This was actually Mrs. Dr. Computer suggested this one. So I think it's a great segment because...
Oh, it is. That way you're going to find out too what the children are learning in the school systems. That's good.
Yeah, a lot of people think that when they're playing a game that they're not really learning a lot.
It depends on how long you play the game and what game it is.
And if
You
they're
get the
not doing their
coordination
homework.
and everything else, yes. There's different ways of viewing the computer on what it's going to do and what it's doing for you. Because you can make a computer into a game machine, but if that's the only thing you're going to use it for, you're better off with a game machine.
Exactly, Nintendo. You know that they actually say that a child will play a game between 60 and 70 hours before they'll get bored with it. That's a long time. So what it does, I guess, you know, it's always a constant challenge. And how many challenges are we faced in our everyday life?
Once they grow up into being adults?
Yeah.
No, that's unfair to say because kids have challenges. It's just the area of the child that has the challenge, but it's their challenge and it's just as important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're flipping through the channels right now, then we're Hamilton's Computer Lifestyles. We're a television program dedicated to the people of Hamilton and assisting on helping with learning about computers and technology. Right now, I think we're going to take our first call from the Hamilton area for this season, and let's talk to David. Hi, Dave. Well, see, we've got a new speaker system in here, and it doesn't seem to be working.
They took my phones away. They didn't
No
like me
buttons
playing with
to
the
push.
phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you now, Dave. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Great,
Excellent.
thanks.
All right. I have a question. I'm upgrading from an XT system, and I'm kind of like nervous what to upgrade to 286, 386SX, 386. I'm wondering, is it a good idea to stick with my XT, or is it going to be like trashable in a year and I should get in on trading in now? I'm sort of confused.
Well, how long have you had your XT for, Dave?
2 years now.
Okay, what type of applications, what software programs do you use it for?
Well, mainly, I'm in university now, so I'm using it for spreadsheet, word processing, that type of thing.
Okay, are you frustrated a little bit with the speed?
Yeah, that's the main concern. I was also wanting to do like, some multitasking so I could do stuff on my BBSs and at the same time, you know, type up essays, that type of thing. So there's no way I can do that on an XT, but then I'm wondering whether it's worth to pay, you know, so much money to upgrade to have that feature. So,
well, actually, we have just completed. Doc, have you seen the television show before?
I saw like 5 minutes of it your last season. That's
Right.
about it.
Okay.
I haven't really, you know, followed it.
Right. Doc, we've got a special guy. His name is Dr. Computer.
Uh-huh.
And what Dr. Computer is doing this year actually is taking through 10 sessions
Uh-huh.
of upgrading an XT.
Oh, no way. That's great.
Yeah, so you're going to have to stay tuned for the next 10 weeks, every Friday night.
Okay.
But in order, you know, to answer your question, all depends. I mean, you're a university student?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on a limited budget, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what Dr. Computer is showing us is how to do it in steps and stages.
Okay.
And it is an excellent idea to upgrade from an XT if you're finding problems with speed and that type of thing. Because
are the XTs like out now? Are they completely?
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. I mean, XTs are basically the most economical system to buy these days. You can pick up an XT from anywhere from about $750. You know, all depends on what you put onto it.
Right, right.
But they start off as little as $750. So for any other viewers that are looking to get involved in computers, an XT is a very, very wise investment because it starts you off. But you've had your computer for 2 years now, Dave?
Yeah. See, it was great. I went from Commodore when I was, grade school, early high school, that type of thing, and decided, well, I needed to do something better. And so XT was great at the time, but now I find, you know, it's just way too slow. There are a lot of programs out there that won't even run, like Windows 3 I don't even think runs on an XT. You know, stuff like that. So I really want to upgrade, but it's a lot of money, and it's a big jump, especially for a student. It's a lot of dough to fork out. So I'm just trying to find out, you know, if there's a way I can do it, or if there are.
Right. If you stay tuned, actually, to Cable 14 around Christmas time, we have Santa Claus on here, and okay, Dave, joke, Dave.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dr. Computer is going to take us through that step, and to get another motherboard for your XT, he's going to show you how to take it out, put it in yourself, so that you don't have to pay technicians and stuff.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, so you might tape it if you want.
Yeah.
And also, if you do miss a Friday night, there's rumor around the station here that we're even going into reruns this year.
Oh, okay.
Just like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
And so we'll be shown on Sundays too. So if you miss Friday, then you can catch the session with Dr. Computer on how to upgrade the system.
Right, and he like comes on your show and does this, so he's.
Yep.
That works. Okay.
Yep. So he takes us step by step through that.
All right.
So it is an excellent idea, of course, to upgrade, especially speed. Let me ask you one question, Dave. Do you feel that by you using a computer, since you've been in grade school, that it's helped your grades?
The only thing I think that it's helped is writing essays and stuff. That it takes less time to edit, less time to type up. I don't have to worry about paying someone to type my things. I don't think it helped my grades. I don't think it made my output any more better than had I written it by hand or that type of thing. So, no, I'd say no change. It's just made life easier, especially in first year with my English classes. It really helped out that way. But in terms of grades, no, I wouldn't say.
So it's made it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, just easier, just more convenient.
Right.
But you know, it hasn't. I don't think my results would have been any different.
Okay. Actually, they've done studies and found that the average of a child using a computer, that children raise their grade level by 12 to 17%. So, which is pretty neat. So that's why I asked you that question. So, okay, stay tuned. And actually, if you want some more information, write the station in care of Hamilton's Computer Lifestyles, and we'll put you on our mailing list and stuff, and you can receive transcripts. Actually, we're contemplating putting together that package of upgrading a system, so like a little pamphlet for you.
Yeah, that would be better, because that way, like, I wanted to upgrade soon, you know, before school really gets going.
Right.
And to wait like 10 weeks and watching, I thought it would be nice if you had like an info book or something I could write.
Right on.
That would be like a lot more convenient.
Okay, well, at the end of the show, we're going to give the address and all the postal code and all that, so you have to stay tuned. Haha. And what we could do, write us in a letter that you want that upgrade package.
Okay.
Enclose about $5,000, and we'll make sure you get one.
Sure. One quick question.
Okay.
You know, to find out about computer shows that are going on in Toronto or, you know, Hamilton, Burlington, is there a place I can like call on my modem or somewhere in the paper that I specifically look? Because I sort of find them just by chance, and I'm wondering, is there a way I can really keep my eye out for them?
Right. Well, we're working on that. We're going to put them on the advertising station.
Okay.
For Cable 14, and so that way you just flick to it, and it's going to tell all the upcoming events and that type of thing.
Okay.
And actually, I want to talk to you a little later about your bulletin board system, because for anybody who has not tuned into our station before and has a computer and a modem, the last Friday of every month we are going to have people communicating on the modem. So maybe we can get you in here, Dave, to use the modem and
like four-way calling or some sort of that type of thing?
Two-way.
Okay.
Yeah, from somebody calling into the station.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks a lot, Dave, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the future.
Well, thanks very much for your advice. I think it's a nice show, and it's surely helpful.
Excellent.
Great.
Thanks.
And don't forget that $5,000.
I will.
Bye, Dave.
That's a
Thanks
joke,
a lot,
Dave.
guys.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye now.
I was joking. You were going to hit me last year for saying something like that.
I wouldn't hit you, Mark.
It's a lot of fun. I can tell this is going to be a really excellent season.
Yeah,
you know?
it's going to be good. It's going to be very good.
I hope that we've really been able to assist people. There are a lot of people still out there that say, oh, you know, computer, some murders, you know, who cares about them? But really, if you're not computerized 8 to 10 years from now, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
It will be.
Your turn.
My turn. No, I was just thinking about this artificial intelligence and things. Can you explain a little bit about that, what's going to be on at the computer show?
Right, we're going to have people actually coming in here and sitting down. We're going to have a different desk in the whole 9 yards, and we are going to do interviews with people.
Yeah.
And some of the subjects
that.
are artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes we all could use some artificial intelligence and stuff.
No comment.
No, yeah, but artificial intelligence is like robotics and stuff.
Yes.
Where the computer does the thinking. It's got all these situations that it has to analyze.
It's like having down at the car companies where they have the robots and such. Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, we're going to get into desktop publishing, which is going to be a really neat segment. Going to get into using the computer on the video. Like videos and computers and computer-generated graphics and all that neat stuff.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and
Get the Amiga down here.
the Amiga,
Yeah.
and
That's really
music.
good. Yeah, that one will be interesting.
You
We were
can
talking to a guy about that yesterday.
you can actually just key in all of your whatever song you're playing, and it'll come up and tell you all the notes that you just finished playing.
That's what I need.
Yeah, so then it'll play it all back for you and all that neat stuff. This is going to be a fun year. So I guess we know where we're spending our Friday nights.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I heard that, when are we doing the rerun?
On Sundays at 4 p.m.
4 o'clock on Sundays.
4 o'clock on Sundays.
Well, I guess we'll know where we'll be on Sundays at 4 o'clock.
Okay. I think we're going to visit Dr. Computer right now. So let's go to him.
Okay, Mark, this time we're going to talk about rejuvenating an old 4.77 clunker XT. There's a lot of these out here. A lot of people come into the shop and ask, do I have to buy a new computer to be up to date? No, you don't have to buy a new computer to be up to date. You can upgrade it. What we've done here is we've taken the insides out of this XT computer and laid them on the table. It's pretty simple. We've got a motherboard down at the bottom, the main brains of the computer, a video card here. In this case, it controls a mono monitor. We have a hard disk controller here. Again, in this case, controlling a 10 megabyte hard disk. And we've got a multi-IO card which controls the serial port and the parallel port, the games port, and the floppy disk drive. In this case, the 360K floppy disk drive. And over here, we've got a 150 watt power supply. There's two ways of, well, there's more than two ways of speeding up the system. Initially, we're going to talk about the most significant way. Before we get to that, we're going to talk about a stopgap measure. A stopgap measure to speed up the XT as it stands might be to change the CPU. The CPU here is a standard 8088, commonly found in XTs, and we can increase the speed anywhere from 5 to maybe 30% by putting in a V20 chip. It's got a more sophisticated internal architecture, and you can do this yourself if you buy the chip. Get yourself an NEC V20 chip and extract the old 8088 carefully. It's marked on one end with a notch, and replace it with a V20, making sure the orientation of the notch is the same as it was in the original 8088, and stick it in. And there's a 5% plus increase in speed just by doing that. A V20 you should be able to pick up for about $18 or so. But a better solution is to pay, say, anywhere between $150 to $300 for a 286 motherboard. Now this is another job that you can do yourself if you're technically inclined. It's this easy. Just remove all of your cards from the slots, as simple as this, and then removing one screw. Take out the motherboard, put in the 286 motherboard, and reinstall the cards in any slot you like. Doesn't matter what order. The computer's intelligent enough to figure out what card is what. And voila, there you have it. A 286 computer with maybe 10 times the original speed of your 4.77 megahertz machine. Thanks, Mark.
So that's the first segment
Of the new Dr. Computers, and he was doing a chip?
V20 chip.
Okay.
That upgrades, it speeds up an XT about 5–10%. Sometimes a little more in different applications.
So how many chips would you be able to add into it, or
basically
to tell our viewers at home?
Two.
Okay.
One is a V20 chip, and the other is an 87 chip. What the 87 chip is what we call a math coprocessor,
Right.
and that speeds up all the calculations that the computer does. So that'll help increase performance about, if you put in the 87 chip to about 20%, which 20% is still good for an XT, and it's relatively inexpensive, only about maybe $30 or so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get more speed out of the system. Plus there are other things called disk caching systems. We showed one last year, and that is excellent. I've got that on our computer, as you know, and we use that all the time, and it really accelerates the speed of the cursor. It takes a cursor that goes along like this to it's excellent. Excellento. So any parents out there that have children that, well, I guess every parent would have a child, wouldn't they? Yeah, okay. Okay, I tried to make a joke. You didn't laugh as fast as I thought you would.
Okay, so parents, your children that know computers, please, we would like you to get in touch with us, or even the kids that are watching the show. Give us a call. We'd like to know what you are doing with the computer, what the progress is in your classrooms and schools, and where they are going. Tell us the interest that you have and what it is that you plan on educating yourself on, and what software programs and that you're learning. And you never know, we might just get you here on the TV and
Yeah.
Show
We'll turn you
all
into
your friends.
stars.
Yeah, show all your friends and that what it's all about, because there's still a lot of kids. It's really getting pretty good with the school systems, because most of the children are really getting involved. I think what is going to have to maybe become necessary is compulsory courses for children in the schools, young children, where you have to take the course right throughout 8 years or whatever.
Well, I think children have a natural
Well, they're not
sense to
afraid
do
of it.
Yeah.
Where the older people are, it's like computerization. Well, it's going to come, but I don't really have to worry about it. My children take care of it, and then all of a sudden it's hitting your face, and you have to learn it too. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, we're all learning it every day anyway.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
when
to
you
a certain point.
first time you went to the bank machine.
Machines, yeah,
You know,
or
and
even
when-
a calculator, even the digital clocks, everything. It's all calculations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're turning your channel right now, stop right here, because this is Hamilton's Computer
Oh, I
Lifestyles,
think we
and we're
have someone
teaching
that would
people
like to talk to
about
us.
computers. Okay.
I believe their name is Chris.
Hi, Chris. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. I have a question for you.
Fire away.
You talked about that you're going to do desktop publishing. Are you going to do any graphics or animation, or is it just desktop publishing? And what kind of desktop publishing?
Well, there are a couple of programs. One is Ventura, I think we'll get into, and some other graphics packages. There was one student that we saw at Westmount High School who had created an actual animation on his Amiga. And with this package, I'd like to get him down here to show all the, how animation is done on a computer.
How much does software like that cost? Like, is it a lot of money, or like if you just want to start out learning about graphics and stuff like that?
Basically, if you want to start learning about graphics, there are public domain, what we call public domain. Are you familiar with public domain packages at all, Chris?
Not really, no.
Public domain is a series of programs that individuals do up themselves, put it on the market, and it doesn't cost a dime to copy these programs. Maybe just a small copying charge for the disk and that type of thing. So you can start off at nothing and then go up to thousands of dollars for, of course, professional graphics and animation packages.
How would I find out about where you get the information for the public domain?
Well, send $5,000 plus. Okay, just joking again. Okay, I won't make that joke anymore.
Okay.
Just write us a letter with your name, address, and phone number, and we'll make sure that you get the information.
Yes.
And just have it Hamilton's Computer Lifestyles, care of Cable 14.
What other kind of programs are you going to be teaching?
Oh, we'll be teaching music-type programs, spreadsheet programs, database programs. We'll be interviewing a lot of the people from the industry. So we'll be teaching a lot. We've got the next 40 weeks ahead of us, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned.
Oh, great, thanks. Bye.
Bye. You know, that's excellent. We've got a lot of programs to go through in the next 40 weeks, and we've got a lot of different things to discuss, because there's so many things in the computer business to talk about. It's really amazing what has transpired in the last 15 years since the time that we've gone from having the Commodore 64 to the actual computers of today.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just going to keep getting better and better. Oh, I think maybe we should take this call first, and then we can talk about this. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm interested in the application of an AT computer with video camcorders. You be doing anything on that?
Yes, actually we will. You have to buy a special card called a Genlock. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I'm familiar with Genlock, but that's not all that's required, I understand.
Right, there are different programs that...
No, I understand that I need a card that will translate from the computer screen to the NTSC screen, which is the National Television screen, and I understand that. I only understand a very little bit about that, and I'd like to know more.
Actually, we are in the process of doing that exact thing with the television studio. We're taking the computer screen, as opposed to just shooting the screen with the regular camera, we're going to be doing the Genlock and all that. So actually, I found out a little bit of information last week. I'll be finding out more. What you should do, Andy, is write us a letter, so that way we've got documentation, telling us about your need, and then we'll make sure to get some information to you, and we'll actually announce what we did for the computer on the next television show next Friday night. So we'll make sure that your question gets answered, because to tell you the truth, I don't know exactly which program we're going to be using and how we're going to get the NTSC, which is the national standard for going through the television.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just going to comment on about the computer. They've got a computer out now that does everything by your eye movement.
That would be excellent for people who are disabled.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
It'll type like a letter for people?
It's everything. It came from Virginia Center for Innovative Technology, and it's called iGaze, and it was developed by LC Technologies of Fairfax, Virginia, I guess. And whoa, cost between $38,000 to $81,000.
Well, I'll take two.
But it's hand-free. It goes by the eye movements. It will operate household appliances such as your lights, televisions, by means of the LC Technology software that links the machine with off-the-shelf mechanical hardware. It's really interesting, some of the things that they're coming out with.
That's
really
excellent.
Oh, how about the killer vacuum? It's a
computer vacuum?
Computerized vacuum. Yeah, it does such a good job, though, because most people, well, women would know this because it's the old thing of the woman's job is to vacuum. Not anymore, though. You have to vacuum your rugs, but still there's an overlay of dust and dirt and articles that stay down there that can be very unhealthy and goes through the air and such. And the vacuum's been made to just
kill everything.
Suck it right out. Yeah, it cleans it up, just totally. It's good. It's good. I'll keep coming up with these articles, okay? What do you want to talk about, Mark?
Actually, there's one really exciting...
Not $5,000, though, okay?
Yeah, okay, no more jokes.
Okay.
This is a serious show. We have to keep it a serious family show. They have developed a wafer-thin chip, and actually it's more than a chip. It's about this round.
Oh, yes.
What it has on it, get this, 500 transistors on this wafer-thin chip. Now, if people are hesitating about buying a computer, listen to this one. It will read a whole set, I'm talking a whole 27-volume series of encyclopedias in 1 second. 1 second to read all of that information. Can you believe that? Wow!
Sometimes it just seems unbelievable. It really does.
Yeah. This is where, like, only 17% of our population has a computer now, and it's going up every month, barring the summer, because nobody buys computers in the summer because it's summer.
Not very many
Well, not very many. Okay. You know, sorry for those people.
It's the best time to shop because then it's not as crazy.
Right. 202,000 people a month are buying computers, and that is said to double throughout Canada. And that is said to be doubling within the next few months. So that's 400,000 people a month buying computers. So can you imagine how many confused people there are out there?
Well, one of the biggest things with the computer is people really don't understand that it takes time and it takes patience to learn and understand it, because it is a new language we are learning. And you cannot get angry. You really cannot get angry.
And frustrated.
No, it doesn't help at all. It really doesn't. You have to have fun with it. That's when it's time to throw the game into the machine and start playing the game for a little while. Take a break.
Or pop up a joke or two.
Yeah. Yes. Famous joke machine.
There's a dictionary. It's as thick as the Webster's Dictionary on all of the computer terms available and all of the definitions. So, I mean, that's how immense the computer language is.
Yep.
That there are, how many words and different definitions there are. So, it's very important.
Yeah. I think we have another call. Lou?
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Yeah.
What can we help you with, guy?
Well, actually, I'd kind of like to know if you know anything about the C64 computer.
Yeah.
What would you like to
Shaking
know?
your head, yes and yes.
Well,
I've watched your program for quite a while, and you go more for the mainframe and whatever. Yeah. In other words, what my problem is I'd like to find out if there's any way of accessing the outside, like it would be a raster interrupt, of the outside, the border colors, the border outside diameter for the Commodore 64 computer. Is there any way of saying that, well, you know, if a television show comes to commercial, they have that blinking light in the right-hand corner. Now, is there any way the Commodore computer can sense that blinking light and do something?
I'll let you handle
do
this.
what?
Well, no, do what? No, it would kick back to its own program, and then at the blinking light after the commercial, it would go back to the show.
Okay, are you talking about, like, if you're recording something? I don't understand.
No,
what
watching
your
the
point
show
is.
on your computer?
Okay, now I'm watching a show on a TV,
Yes.
and at the commercial, we have that blinking light in the corner, and that senses that there's a commercial coming up.
Right.
Now, I want to put my own commercial in there with the Commodore 64 computer, and at the end of the commercial, the blinking light would come on, and I'd sense that the show was going to begin, like a hockey game. A hockey game.
He puts his own things on the...
Yeah, as a commercial. That's right.
So,
Yeah.
what, you're going to interrupt the hockey game and put your own commercial in there?
Right, rather than having the TV channel put their commercial in. Because, you know, I know the Commodore computer senses the whole screen.
Right.
And the outside part, outside of my screen area, is under the raster interrupt, which is well, they call it a raster interrupt, but that's the outside part, because they claim that the raster interrupt is in that area. So what I'd like to find out is, can I sense that by poking the area memory, can I sense that the blinking light? If I can sense the blinking light, then I can put my own program or commercial or whatever in for the commercial.
You know more about this than me.
So we'll be watching your commercial as opposed to the one that they have.
That's right. In other words, I would cut out their commercial and run whatever I want as a program, and then once it started blinking again after the commercial, it would run back to their program.
I think the CRTC would actually really appreciate assisting you with this.
That sounds good. No, I thought this was about a year ago.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, I've been sitting in hotels, and I've done T-shirts for the hotels, and I've done commercials for hotels. I said, geez, if I could ever find this out, I would love to be able to break in and run my commercials or their commercials. I mean, like, say, Barney's Hotel.
Right.
So Barney's Hotel, it comes up, they're watching a hockey game, it flashes for a commercial, and they say, Barney's Hotel. Barney's Hotel now has a special on draft beer for 40 cents a draft, which sounds great. And then at the end of the commercial, blink, blink, it goes back to the game. They'd be carrying their own commercials.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put you in touch with the person in charge of all this with the CRTC. I don't know. I don't think that that would be allowed on through national television.
I know.
I don't think so.
Well, no, that's why these companies
But it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
It's cute.
And to answer your question, no.
Yeah, we can access it there. It's there.
Yeah, I don't know of
computer kick in and
right.
do it.
Yeah, and run your commercial.
I don't know. That is pretty heavy duty stuff. And when you're dealing
I figured I could tell you because of the fact that you're not commercialized.
That's right.
Yeah. So This is the best station to ask.
That's right, because we got no
Yes.
blinking lights.
Right, you don't have them.
Okay, nice talking to you.
Well, otherwise I may have wiped you out 15 minutes ago.
That's right.
Aw.
Oh, yeah.
Grab that remote, bud. Talk to you later. Have a good night. Okay.
That,
yes.
yeah. Isn't that something like hacking and stuff?
Yeah.
Or
it's like
putting
hacking.
viruses and stuff?
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
I don't think that's.
No, I don't think you get
legal.
away with it for too long.
yeah.
Okay.
But it may. I don't know. All depends on. You know. I mean.
If he interrupts national TV programs.
No, it wouldn't be
with-
national TV. It would be just the like he was
areas?
talking about the bar. If you're in a bar and they didn't want the other commercials, but they wanted their own commercial. But then again, so you're getting involved in CRTC regulations and stuff.
yeah.
So I don't know,
All
Lou.
you have to do is get in touch with the CTR and,
CRTC and all that
and
stuff.
call them and ask them.
Okay, let's talk to somebody who's not ripped. Dennis. Hello.
Oh, no.
And goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah, anybody who is interested in learning about computers and where they've been in the last 15 years, if you're just starting to get involved in computers, you'll find that there's a lot of material on the market to assist you in your research. One of the best magazines available is Byte magazine. It's been around since 1975. That's when it started. And this is when the whole revolution, or evolution I should say, happened with the personal computer and the desktop computer, because before then it was just big businesses that had a mainframe type computer and that type of thing.
That's why there's so many people out there right now that are confused about it, because it's only been the businesses. Maybe we should give the address out for people that want to write in about the Trading Post and Kids Corner. Should I do that?
No, you go for it.
Okay. You'll write to Hamilton's Computer Lifestyles, care of Cable 14. And the address is 150 Dundas Street South, Hamilton, Ontario. And the postal code is L8P4K3. So send your letters in. Kids get in touch with us. Parents get in touch with us concerning your kids, because we're very interested in meeting these little geniuses these days. It's really great. And the Trading Post, people, if you have anything that you want to sell, trade, whatever, with anyone, give us all the information, and we'll get in touch with you and set it all up.
Or if you have any ideas or any questions or any different piece of advice or little tidbits of knowledge or whatever the case may be, send us that and we'll air it on air on during the course of the next every Friday night. Because we're going to be here, and we hope that you'll stay tuned with us to catch us all the way through, because we're going to be showing a different series of computer programs all the way through the entire year. We're going to be actually going through a learning session on DOS for the people that missed last year's sessions, and we'll be looking for some new and unique programs. So if you've got a unique program, or you're a business person and you use your computer in your business, we'd like to interview you and bring you onto the television and show what your package does, and in order to help your business. So all these types of things are very important for people that are first starting to learn about computers. Well, let's talk to somebody else from the wild and great city of Hamilton. Hello, Rick.
Hello.
Hi, Rick.
How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Wondering if you can answer a question for me.
We'll try.
Okay, I'm interested in a new computer system. Like, I'd like to upgrade myself at work.
Right.
And I'm kind of in the dark as to what kind of system to go for. Like, I've got good typing skills and things like that, and I'm just wondering what you would recommend to start out with and then upgrade from there.
Okay, you're looking to upgrade your system at work?
Upgrade myself at work.
Okay, what type of system are you working on at work?
Oh, it's from an American company.
Okay, do you know what the name of the computer is?
It's an IBM.
Is it an XT or an AT or?
AT.
AT?
Yep.
Okay, as for, you're talking about your own educational upgrading then?
Yes.
Is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you presently doing now?
Well, I'm working like as a supervisor and do a lot of programming and entering parts and inventory and things like that into a computer system. And I'd like to work my way up to the office, but I just don't have enough skills or enough experience. with a system. So I'd like to practice myself at home and see if I can upgrade myself. Like.
Okay, there are a lot of books available. McGraw-Hill has an excellent set of self-instructional books. And there are videotapes available, which we have names, addresses, and phone numbers and all that stuff on the video, so that you can have a video sitting beside you while you're learning, and different manuals, plus, of course, going to a school, like, say, Park Business College or Mohawk College or a number of the various schools around. Now, if you're looking to do some really creative business applications, it's going to be a little difficult, because these are types of things that the schools normally have WordPerfect and DBase and Lotus and all the standard things.
Right.
I guess you're aware of that.
Yep.
You want to get more into the creative end of things, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. My best suggestion would be to take some public domain programs, because you can get some public domain programs for very little, you know, a couple of dollars a piece. And we've got a listing available if you want to write us and request that. And what these listings will do is give you different programs that you can learn and advance your skills in, let's say, time management or appointment scheduling or fleet managing. It all depends on what, there's about 4,000 different programs, so that you can get more creative and therefore make yourself more valuable, because that's, I guess, what you're trying to do, right?
Yes.
Yep. And with your knowledge and skill on how to creatively use the computer, that's a very, very wise move on your part.
Very.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good.
So write us in a letter. Okay, it's 150. Do you have a pen handy there, Rick?
Yes.
Okay, it's 150 Dundurn Street South,
Okay.
Hamilton, Ontario, and the postal code is L8P as in Peter, 4K as in Karen 3. And title it Hamilton's Computer Lifestyles, care of Cable 14, and we'll make sure that the information gets here so you can pick it up.
Thank you both for your time.
You're
No
welcome.
problem.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's really good. It's you read so many articles, and all these people that are having problems because they don't have the security of working for large firms and that, and the next thing you know is all of them, so many are being laid off or they're on strike, and if they can educate themselves to be more aware and learn the computers, it's only going to benefit them. It doesn't matter to us whether they do it or not. It doesn't matter to their next door neighbor, really, or anyone. It's if they want to educate themselves and put themselves in a better position to say, fine, if I get laid off, it doesn't really matter if you've been there 20 or 25 years. You can still learn it. It's only take that mental block away and you can learn it. So it's really good.
It's really amazing, too, is that throughout the different companies that we talk to, or different people that we talk to, a lot of the executives aren't getting trained on how to use the computers creatively.
Yeah.
And that's the key, because you can learn WordPerfect and how to type a letter.
Yeah.
You can learn Lotus 123, that's just like a ledger book. You can learn DBase. And all of these different programs. However, in order to use them creatively and to put them to good use, because why should I buy a computer today?
Yeah.
Because it helps me make better decisions. And that's a bottom line.
Yeah.
Because the computer isn't going to take over the world. It's just here to help us.
It's only a thing. That's all.
thing.
Lloyd? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Lloyd. How you doing?
Fine.
Good.
You had a question earlier. Someone was interested in putting their video onto the TV.
Right.
I have one of the original PCs.
Oh, yeah.
And with an RGB monitor and a CGA system. With those, there's no problem. You can feed directly to a VCR and right onto your screen. I've taken graphics and put them, anything that I can put on my RGB screen can go on there. Problem you're going to run into is anybody who's got VGA, you got a whole new technical thing, and you're going to have software and hardware conversion.
So you're talking like on your video card, you've just got like an RCA jack coming out of there?
Yeah.
Okay, because see, we were trying that. Like I've got an EGA card, and it's got 2 RCA jacks, and we didn't get a signal whatsoever off of it.
No, you won't on those. If you're on the old CGA, you're fine. but because it will match. The problem is you have far too many lines per inch coming on the VGA or EGA, and it just won't work on those without some hardware and software connections inside.
Right, because that's what we're looking into right now. So you say just get a regular CGA card, RCA jack, and no problem.
No problem at all. It comes straight out.
Well, that's great. That actually helps us out a lot too, as well as
answer some of our questions.
The last viewer. That's great. Thanks very much, Lloyd. Listen, we've got a computer club too that meets at the last Monday of the month. I wouldn't mind extending an invitation to you to come down and maybe chat about it a bit.
Which is that, the PC Users Group, or?
No, this is the Hamilton, the Computer Lifestyles Club. We just started it back a while ago, just, of course, getting a little more organized. It's held at Park Business College. And last Monday of the month, that's 7 o'clock.
Well, that would be interesting. My original interest in computers started probably before either of you were born. I started in '55 with the very first IBM computer work.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been playing with them since.
That's excellent. You have a lot of knowledge on it then. That would be excellent. We could probably learn a lot of things from you.
Well, some experience maybe.
Oh, I'm sure you could answer a lot of questions for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lloyd.
Lloyd. Okay.
Bye for now. Well, that's excellent. Great. That takes care of that. You know, I'm sitting here looking for complex solutions.
I know.
And it's really very simple.
Okay, Mike, I think we have Mike on the phone.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
Good, good. I'd like to say, first of all, that your show has helped me a lot in my sort of job. I'm from Toronto, and I just moved into Hamilton, and I would like to know, where can you find, what I'm looking for is an IBM computer. Now, I want to know, where can I find a fairly good one in Hamilton? Like I said, I'm from Toronto, and I would like to know where I can go and, find one.
Okay. What you may want to do is check around all of the dealers, find out who's going to give you the best pricing and the best service.
Right.
Support, support, support.
Right.
That's our motto.
Right.
Make sure that you're getting training and support with your computer system, and that's where the best place is. We can give you a list of the names and numbers and the responses that we've had. If you want to write us in, write in a letter saying, I'm looking for an XT or a computer.
Yeah, or we can give you a call or whatever.
You can. Can you give me the address, like where you guys are, so I can?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you that right at the end of the show. Okay.
Oh, okay then.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mike. Greg, are you on the line? Is Greg there?
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's there are a lot of places in Hamilton to get a computer system.
Yeah, you got it. Well, yeah, but it's not the hardware that is the whole idea about a computer. It's the software, and if you need help,
Right.
you need to make phone calls. If you need this, if you need that, if something breaks down, yeah.
Something else too is at the end, every last Friday of the month, we are going to be opening up our modem line so that people can put in the messages. So any SciSops that are interested, write us in a letter and we'll put you on the air. So looks like that's all the time we have. And it's been really excellent, the first show of the season. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Yeah.
June, I'll see you shortly.
Next week.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Happy
Have a good
computing.
night.
So, good wrap up. Excellent. Good show.
Okay.
14.